Shamim Chowdhury joins us now from Marawi. How, Shamim? So you're on the front line, aren't you? What's happening right now?
We are on the front line, and for the past couple of hours or so, we have been witnessing swarms of the Philippines army going from house to house, street to street, to flush out the militants who have occupied a specific part of this city for the past couple of weeks or so. Just about half an hour ago, we were told that there was a sniper just about 4 houses down. It was a very tense situation. There were dozens of soldiers crouched waiting for him to appear. There was a lot of gunfire exchange, and we have then seen them moving systematically around these streets. Now, the problem that they have is that they understand that there are about 200 or so of these Maute fighters trapped in this area. Now, the army has pretty much encircled this specific part of the town. The rest of it has been cleared. But the problem that they're having is that they believe that 200 or so residents are being held hostage, and that is really what is slowing the campaign down. They have to be very, very careful with their tactics, because, of course, they want to minimize any civilian casualties.
And what more do we know about the Maute rebels? I mean, we know that they're Daesh-linked fighters.
I'm sorry, I couldn't quite hear your question.
Yes, Shamim, what more do we know about the Maute rebel group? I mean, they have Daesh links as far as we know.
Yes, they are a group that started out about 3 years ago, 2012 or so, led by 2 brothers, Abdullah and Omar Maute, which is where the name of the group comes from. Now, they apparently went to the Middle East and trained there, and they came back and formed what was actually considered for quite some time as just a criminal gang. It was believed that they didn't have any kind of ideology, if you like, but in more recent times, they overtook a town hall in one of the main cities in the island of Mindanao, where we are and where the largest concentrations of Philippines Muslims live. And it's after that they pledged allegiance to Daesh, and since then they have been carrying out attacks which are considered to have an ideological basis, and they are now branded as a terror group by the Philippine authorities. So there's been a bit of a development from a cell, if you like, a criminal element within the country, into a group that is now pledging its allegiance to groups that are considered terrorist groups throughout the world.
And Shamim, what about the security situation where you are? What have you observed so far?
Well, the security situation is very tense. It's taken us a very long time to even get this far. We're actually quite near the centre of the city, but there's been a lot of hanging around. There are various military checkpoints. As we were coming in, we were checked several times. We were then told to report at a military base, and they're really treating this situation as highly dangerous, which of course it is. So, and the streets are all completely deserted. This used to be a city of 200,000 people. It was the metropolis of the island of Mindanao, and now at least 170,000 of them have fled over the past couple of weeks or so because of the fighting. So it really has become a ghost town. There's a lot of damage everywhere, a lot of destruction. The army is hoping that they will be able to clear out the several locations where the militants are being holed up within the next few days or so. Whether that's realistic or not, I don't know, because as I mentioned to you, it's very it's a residential area. It's very, the streets are very narrow, and there are people still housed inside. But even once the operation is over, it's really going to take quite some time to get this city up and running as it was in the past.
And what about the civilians? Are they still trapped inside, many of them? What about medical aid and food, Shamim?
Well, we don't know. We actually spoke to a man in a displaced camp earlier today, and he was extremely distraught because his wife is trapped inside. And he said he got news from a relative who managed to escape, who told him of this. She has a damaged ankle and she's not receiving any kind of medical treatment. There are other reports coming out saying that the people who are being held hostage without any food, without any water, and without any kind of treatment should they need it. So, of course, we don't know exactly what's going on because nobody's actually been inside. But from what we can gather, their situation is really a very frightening and a very desperate one.
Thank you very much. That was Shamim Chowdhury there from the front line in Marawi, Philippines. We'll have more in the coming bulletins there from her.